On a quiet night in Riverside, Jamie Hawthorne vanished after her late shift. One CCTV frame, one witness statement, and a single grainy clue. That's all investigators had. The bus stop on the corner, usually just a mundane part of the daily commute, became the epicenter of a mystery that would haunt the town for years. Jamie, known for her bright smile and punctual nature, was last seen waiting for the 11:15 p.m. bus, a routine she followed every single workday. But on this night, she never made it home. Police swarmed the area. Friends and family plastered posters on every available surface, each one bearing her face and the desperate plea for information. The town held its breath, but the silence that followed was deafening. This is case number 5, the Riverside disappearance. And the story is far darker than anyone initially believed. Jamie's final moments were meticulously pieced together, a digital breadcrumb trail leading to a dead end. At 10:47 p.m., she clocked out from her job at the downtown diner. We can trace her route on the map, a familiar path she walked hundreds of times. At 11:05 p.m., a security camera from a convenience store across the street captured her sitting on the bench at the North Cedar Road bus stop. 7 minutes later, at 11:12 p.m., when the next car's headlights swept across the stop, she was gone. She had left behind nothing but questions and a community paralyzed by fear. Had she been taken? Did she leave on her own? The timeline was razor thin, the window of opportunity for whatever happened terrifyingly small. The ticking clock of the investigation had started, and with every passing minute, the hope of finding her alive began to fade. The key piece of evidence was the CCTV footage itself. At first glance, it's just a mess of digital noise and static, the kind of low-quality recording that frustrates more than it helps. But when you enhance the frame, when you adjust the contrast and look closer, you'll see it. Just for a split second, a figure is standing motionless in the deep shadows behind the bus stop. Investigators at the time dismissed it as a glitch, an artifact of the poor lighting, or simply an unrelated passerby. But what if it wasn't? What if this spectral image was the key to the entire case? This unidentified figure, captured at 11:06 p.m., just 1 minute after Jamie was seen, never came forward. They melted back into the night, leaving behind an unsettling digital ghost that has puzzled armchair detectives for years. Then came the witness. The one piece of the puzzle that was seemingly misplaced by authorities. An elderly woman who lived in the apartment building overlooking the bus stop later came forward. She told officers she'd been awake, watching from her window, and claimed she saw Jamie speaking to someone. She couldn't make out a face or what they were saying, but she was certain Jamie wasn't alone. For reasons that remain unclear, her statement never made it into the official case file. It was lost, dismissed, or intentionally buried. Could this have been the missing link? The corroboration needed to take the shadowy figure in the CCTV footage seriously. An overlooked witness, a forgotten testimoniates, a classic misstep that can leave a case cold for decades. Was this simple negligence, or was something more sinister at play? Weeks after Jamie vanished, long after the official search had been scaled down, a jogger made a discovery. Less than 50 yards from the bus stop, half buried in the dirt and leaves under a thorny bush, was a small, damaged keyring. It was metallic, tarnished from the elements, but the engraved initials were still visible. J.H. Jamie Hawthorne. Her friends confirmed it was hers, a gift she'd received for her last birthday. The discovery reignited a flicker of hope, but it also raised more questions. Was it dropped during a struggle? Or was it planted there later to throw investigators off the scent? The location was just outside the initial search grid. It was a potential lead, a tangible connection to Jamie's last known location. But like everything else in this case, it was wrapped in ambiguity. For years. That's where the story ended. A disappearance with no body, no motive, and no answers. But recently, the case has been reopened. A new, credible lead suggests that Jamie may have never left Riverside at all. A name long buried in old witness logs and unrelated police reports has resurfaced, connecting Jamie's case to another local incident that was written off at the time. The truth might have been hiding in plain sight this whole time. This is case number 5, and the investigation is active once again. The truth is still out there. Thank you for watching Shadow Evidence TV, where horror meets the case file. If you find these investigations as compelling as we do, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.